every like that gets put on this video, I will be spending £20 in B&M, so that's kind of crazy. Thank you very much for watching this crazy video, which has taken me 1 whole year to make. So however many likes this video gets, I'm going to buy that many of the new Ace and Imperial Dalek set from B&M when it comes out, probably next week onwards. So if this video gets 50 likes, then I will go and buy 50 sets. If this video gets 100 likes, I'll buy 100 sets. Oh my god, what have I done? So yeah, like this video, and yeah, this could potentially be the most financially disgusting decision I've ever made. Brilliant! And welcome back to another Doctor Who video here on my channel, and in today's video, as the title suggests, this video has taken me a year to create. 12 whole months to make one single video. What possibly could this video be about? Stick around and you're going to find out right now. Way back in December 2019, before we had COVID, before we had a 2-meter rule, before we had face masks, before we had any of that nonsensy stuff that's made 2020 just really difficult to get through, I decided to make a list of all the classic Doctor Who stories that I could watch within just 1 year. Now bear in mind, I work 2 jobs at the moment, so I'm working like 50 odd hours a week, plus I have to do loads of crazy shit at home as well, and yeah, as you can probably imagine, I don't get much time to kind of sit back, chill out, relax and watch Doctor Who. But I wanted to make a conscious effort and see just how many stories I could watch within 12 months without pushing it on myself and just having a realisation of, do I watch enough or do I watch too much of Doctor Who throughout the year? But before we get into the rest of this video, I would like to ask you guys to drop some comments down below. Let me know what Doctor Who stories you've watched in the last 12 months, so from December all the way up till now. I want to know what you've been up to. It would be great to find out if you've perhaps watched more than me, or less than me, or the same as me. It would be great, so let me know in the comments down below what stories you've watched and how many you've seen. So also let me know in the comments down below, do you have a preference? Do you have an order? How do you generally choose to watch a Doctor Who story? Do you just pick ones at random that you like? Do you follow through certain seasons or certain doctors? Let me know in the comments down below. Let's make this video as interactive as possible. Right, let's get down to the nitty gritty and find out exactly what it was I watched throughout the last 12 months. Now I do have a bit of paper here which you mustn't read because it would spoil the video, but my memory is terrible, so I have to write down basically what month it was and what story I watched, otherwise there'd be no hope. So way back in December of 2019, the first story on this list is The Crotons. And you may be wondering, that is fucking random, Raven, but I literally just decided, you know what, dip, sky blue, you'll do, and yeah, I chose The Crotons. So I love that story personally. It is of course a second Doctor story. I love Patrick Troughton. He's a fantastic Doctor, one of my favourites, and of course you also have Zoe and Jamie. If you haven't seen The Crotons, I definitely recommend you checking it out. And as I'm talking to you about this story, I've just remembered what it was that made me choose this story. I just listened to a Big Finish story which had The Crotons in it, and I thought, you know what, I've not seen The Crotons for quite some time, so I went ahead and watched The Crotons, which was something that I actually really enjoyed, and I think it was actually the very first story, the classic story, that I got to watch in my new Doctor Who collection room, and I was blown away by the fact that it was actually really, really good. I really enjoyed watching it for the however many of time I've watched that story. So, number 1, December was The Crotons. Moving ahead to January 2020, that's right, we are now in the worst year probably that we've ever had in the last 200 million years, and that was The Deadly Assassin. So again, there's no correlation, there's no reason for why I chose The Deadly Assassin. It is one of my personal favourites, I guess that kind of makes sense, and I decided to go ahead and watch it. So have you seen The Deadly Assassin? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, this is a very interesting story because we've just left Sarah Jane and the Doctor is companionless, and I think it works really, really well actually. It would have been maybe nice to have a whole season of no companion. Of course, we go ahead and meet Leela a bit later on. So that was of January 2020, The Deadly Assassin. Now we are in February of 2020. As you can see so far, I've only managed to watch one story a month, which is like an episode a week. That's fucking old school, man. That shows you how much time I just don't get. But now we're in February of 2020. Check this out. I watched The Face of Evil and The Robots of Death. I doubled my Doctor Who time. I was like on it that month for some reason. And February, by the way, is like the shortest month of the year, so that makes no fucking sense whatsoever, but hey ho. So yeah, The Face of Evil, which is obviously the introduction of Leela, or Louise Jameson, fantastic actress, and then The Robots of Death, which follows on straight away from that story. And The Robots of Death is one of my favourite Doctor Who stories of all time. I absolutely love the Vok robots. Then we move on to March 2020, and we're following on from the same season of Doctor Who. We go on to the Talons of Weng-Chiang, which is just fucking incredible, apart from the really awkward kind of racial stuff in it, but it was a long time ago. It's not excusable, but that aside, it's a fucking awesome story. Then we move on to the Faceless Ones. That's not in that series, but of course the Faceless Ones was released as an animation, and I ain't fucking waiting around. I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna watch it, and I actually really enjoyed it. The animations are on fucking peak performance at the moment. I'm really enjoying them. I have actually just started watching the new one, but shh, we'll get to that in a minute. So, the Faceless Ones, I watched that in March of 2020, along with the Talons of Weng-Chiang, and also Horror of Fang Rock. That's right, so I'd gone from Tom Baker, Patrick Troughton, Tom Baker again. And obviously, had it not been of the Faceless Ones, I would probably only have seen just 2 stories that month, but I managed to cram in 3 Doctor Who stories in just 1 month. For me, that deserves some sort of medal of something. I don't know. Make me a medal and send it to me. Yes. Then we move on to April of 2020. I watched The Invisible Enemy, and I kid you not, I had not seen that story for so long, I really did not remember hardly anything about it apart from the nucleus and contact has been made. I don't think that will ever leave me. And that was it for April 2020. Apparently just 1 story, probably not the best Doctor Who story in the world. It probably maybe accidentally bored me to death and decided, maybe I'll give this a miss. But as I say, 1 story of April. Then we move on to May 2020, my favourite month of the year because it's easy to spell. 3 letters. Bish, bash, bosh. So, May of 2020, we started with Planet of the Giants. I decided to go old school and go back to the 1960s because I absolutely fucking love black and white Doctor Who. Mwah! And that was it for May. That's, yeah, the Planet of the Giants. Then we move on to June 2020, and check this out. I watched a grand total of none. I didn't watch any. Fuck knows what was going on in June 2020. I didn't watch any classic Doctor Who. I know, it's terrible, and I should probably be hung out to dry, but yes, June of 2020 was not a good month for me watching Doctor Who. Then we move on to July 2020. We have the Dalek invasion of Earth, which actually follows on from the Planet of a Giant, so I was doing a bit of a theme there, and after the Dalek's invasion of Earth, I watched The Demons. There's no theme there, but I decided to skip ahead a little few years and go into the colour version of Doctor Who and go on to Jean Pertwee, the 3rd Doctor, and of course The Demons is a classic story. Many people love it, and I actually recently went to where it was filmed, Ordbourne, and that's probably actually why I watched it, because I was like, I've been there, and yeah, that was The Demons in July of 2020. Then we move on to August of 2020. I watched The Rescue and The Romans. Obviously, they kind of come as a package together. They were on the double video cassette, and I've always watched those 2 stories together back to back. The Rescue is when we first get introduced to Vicky. Mwah, I love Vicky so much. And then The Romans is a really fun story. I absolutely adore The Romans. Season hero. You absolute legend in that one. He's just so pompous. It's ridiculous, but it's so fun to watch. Have you seen, by the way, any of these stories that I'm talking about? If you have, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of all these stories. And then, September of 2020, the month of my birthday, I watched none. Again, I didn't have time to watch any Doctor Who in the whole of September of 2020, which is kind of crazy, but it happens. It just, you know, it's just part of life. So then we move on to October 2020, which was just a month ago, just a few days ago. And I managed to watch The Web Planet, and I also managed to watch nothing else. That was it, just The Web Planet, and I'm not going to lie, it was a struggle. It's a great story, but it's also it's a hard story to watch because it's just, I think it's just the graphics, man. It just, you really have to kind of think about what you're watching and be like, do you know what? Yeah, this is good fun. Anyway, now we move on to now, November 2020, baby. I have so far watched just one story. I have managed to watch The Edge of Destruction, and boy, that is a fucking strange ass story. If you haven't seen The Edge of Destruction, I don't know whether I should recommend it or not because it's fucking weird and it blew my mind, but it's there to watch. It's on DVD, so go check it out, or maybe go check it out on BritBox if you have a subscription to that service, which I do as well, just because I find it a bit easier to go ahead and watch stuff on my iPad rather than on the TV and DVD player. Yeah. And of course, I've just started watching Fury from the Deep as well. I've seen the first episode so far, and although the animation seems, I don't know how to put it, but different, is it a different company from what we've had before? Let me know in the comments because I'm a little bit confused as to what's going on there. But so far, I would say it's pretty fucking awesome. So go check that one out as well. Get it on DVD or on Blu-ray, whichever you prefer to watch. I'm not sure if that's on BritBox yet. It probably isn't, but maybe it is. Who knows? So, thank you very much for watching this crazy ass video, which has taken me one whole year to make. That's right, it really actually it's taken me about 10 minutes to record, which isn't too bad really, and a year's worth of watching Doctor Who. Something that I enjoy doing. But yeah, I just thought it'd be a good idea, a good kind of goal or target to set myself, or fuck that, no, I didn't even set a target myself. I just wanted to know what I was watching in a year. So now I've got some sort of rough idea of how many Doctor Who stories. Let me just add those up in my mind. 15 Doctor Who stories in 12 months. Could have done better, but I could have done a lot worse. Let me know in the comments how many Doctor Who stories you've watched in the last year, if you can remember. If you can't remember, then do what I've done. Write a list, get your ass a pen, a paper, and get writing, guys. Find out just how many you can watch from now all the way up till, well, next year, of course. And maybe I'll see you again in another year, and we'll go ahead and do the same again and compare it and see if I've watched more Doctor Who stories. But until then, thank you for everyone that's become a subscription. Wait, no, that's fucked up. Thank you for everyone that's become a Patreon on my channel, and thank you to everyone that's subscribed to my channel. Thank you for all of those that have liked this video and gone ahead and made me basically spend, I don't know how much at this point because I haven't obviously uploaded a video yet, but for every like that gets put on this video, I will be spending £20 in B&M, so that's kind of crazy. But yeah, thank you very much. I love all of you. Please take care. It's lockdown. It fucking sucks, but just take care of each other and we'll get through this. Don't forget, I don't know, just don't forget about anything. Just, yeah. I'm going to go now. Take care, and goodbye for now. Never know how to end these videos, so I am just going to disappear. Yeah, and I'm back again, and I've gone again.